Yeah. Oh well, that's Mullet. Mullet is he's unpredictable that way.
It's complicated that like that.
Yeah, it's complicated. Shit.
You
You
know,
give your
she
head a
asks,
forceful shake, and then you give her head a forceful shake.
why not? I just want to have some fun. It'll feel good, I promise. Just one kiss.
See, she thinks it means yes. This is more of the same shit. Just like no means yes.
Oh, okay, yeah. And things are just starting to get fun. Cursing your lack of caution, playing around with fire for was fun, blah blah blah. How are you doing this? Let's see. Magic, she tells you with a grin. A long, thin tail sprouts from your quivering behind, snaking around wildly. I don't know why I read that. I need to learn to read. Before you gain control of your new appendage. Okay, snap back to reality.
Okay, I mean, that's not the worst thing that's ever happened to Mullet. Now he's got a tail, so that's pretty cool. I can deal with that. I think.
Really? It can be done that way? The demon wonders out loud, her thoughts far away. Do you know what this is? She asks. This is my key out of here. She goes on to excitedly explain at length how manipulating and it was all hidden in this key right here. Whoever made this was a genius. Let's see. She acts like an airhead, unable to keep her, but you can hardly follow anything of what she just said.
Okay, so she's like an airhead, but I'm even dumber. Got it.
Yeah.
Check. I still can't understand her. Okay.
You know, maybe I should reward you for this.
Okay.
You jerk back, not sure if you want any more gifts from the demon. Oh, don't be like that. With some work, you could be someone with power. You've got good foundation. You've survived here this long, after all. Bewildered as to what she's talking about, you consider her offer.
Did she scoff at me when I said I desired power? Now she's all like fucking rooting me on. She's an idiot. Like, this person's a fucking moron. Okay. Anyway.
And what if I refuse, you guardedly answer?
Of course I'd say that.
Okay, refusing will do you no good, of course. But if you want some incentive, how about I don't use this key to return you where you came from and burn it to the ground?
Okay. I don't know. Like, I'm still unclear as to whether or not I want to go back where I came from. Like, I just still don't know. I don't know. It didn't seem too cool. Like, it seemed like it was better in the demon realm than where I ended up.
Let's see. Before you have a chance to stammer a reply, letting out a pained yelp, the omnibus drops the stone on the ground. Quickly grab the key, a feminine voice rings in your head. Unthinking, you throw yourself forward, snatching up the blazing jewel. That bitch, so that's how it's going to be. Looks like we got a wicked witch duel kind of.
Alright.
Yeah, the good witches and the bad witches.
Right.
No matter, it's only a matter of time before I can freely leave this place. My offer to join me still stands, and so does my threat, should you fail to take it. Before everything fades away. Does time even have a meaning in this place? It's very surprisingly philosophical for most.
Yeah, that's fucking deep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's been through a lot. He's grown.
He's learned.
He's learned. He's come along. He's a person.
He's become a father, and it's caused him to grow a lot.
Right. Yeah. Really reevaluate the way he sees the world, if you will, or if you want, it's still there. Okay.
Come to me. There is not much time left. Your head snaps up as the feminine voice speaks. As before, the beautiful voice seems to emanate from everywhere at once. You do not see any sign of the speaker anywhere.
Alright.
Huh. This is a safe location. You can sleep and save here.
So the garden is my new campsite, I guess.
Yep.
Alright.
Go to data. Oh, and here's all the stuff. Let's save the game.
Yep.
And 0. Oop. Comment. Mullet in garden. Black chair. Oh, yeah. Cherry intact.
Nice. Yeah, that's an important note because that'll be the only time you type that.
We'll just go down the list, saving in different files, and you'll notice.
Yeah. Yeah. Actually, it'll be like the short version of the life of Mullet in this particular case. So you can just read the Cliff's notes here.
You know, in Game of Thrones, they have this one scene. This honor guard of the king. They're just called the King's Guard.
Right.
They have this white book. It's this, this giant tome that records all the greatest accomplishments of the different members of the King's Guard, going back, centuries, right?
Right.
There's this one point where the king, who's just, a kid, and he's just a completely spoiled asshole. He's horrible, and he's one of the most hated characters in the whole show. And everybody was happy when he finally died. He's taunting the captain of his own King's Guard, and he opens up, and it's his uncle. He says, "Oh, look, Sir Jaime, someone's forgotten to record your great deeds." And so I kept a still of that picture where it's showing, Sir Jaime Lannister, and then the opposite is just a blank page, and I use that as like a personal meme. Someone will be like, "Oh, you're talking shit," and I'll be like, "Oh, hey, look, someone's forgotten to record your great accomplishments."
Good shit.
Anyway, but I'm sure Mullet will have many great deeds.
Yeah, well, I'm sure they'll vary wildly. I'm not even sure what a great deed is in this particular environment. I'm really unclear on that. I don't know. Like, also, really quick, just something I noticed. Under Mullet, his little picture here, it says level 111. Like, what's with the 3 different ones?
Yeah, I don't know. They're maybe class level or something, other kinds of levels. I don't know.
All right, we will find out, I would imagine.
All right, so there's Temple, and then there's Bird.
Let's see here. Okay. Let's bird it.
That's definitely Bird. Okay, you examine the strange bird.
I'm sorry, I just had like a... Well, anyway, continue. We might be headed that way. Go ahead.
What did you think? Okay, hold on. I don't suppose it was you who spoke just now. It gravely proclaims in a musical voice, "No. You are left bewildered. You are left with a bewildered expression as the bird takes off the air and flies away."
What the fuck? Like, wait, did it sing no to me? Like, what the fuck, dude? It's not cool. I was just hoping I was going to get to fly around on this big fucking bird. That would be a great thing for Mullet.
Chocobo.
Right. And I'd have to get like a really soft saddle for when my ass gets inevitably raped. So that would have to happen. But yeah, it would still be cool to fly around on a big ass bird everywhere you went instead of having to walking.
I was watching some Final Fantasy games being played on Twitch, and the conversation started up. What would chocobo meat taste like? And most people said chicken, but they said, well, ostrich. So it tastes not,
Oh, that shit's like awful. I've actually had ostrich.
Really?
It's yeah, dude. Quick, true fucking story. All right. My ex, my former mother-in-law, total fucking psycho. Like, I know everybody alive says that, but she's legitimately insane. Like, actually crazy, right? I don't know why, she was on like this health food, holistic medicine kick for a while. It didn't last. But while she was going through that phase, right, I guess some part of her thought ostrich meat was healthier, and she knew like my favorite food was spaghetti at the time. I loved spaghetti, so she said we're having spaghetti, and I was so happy. She put ostrich meat in it instead of ground beef and shit, right? She just put a bunch of ostrich meat in it, so I just instantly, as soon as it went in my mouth, I just tasted awful. I can't even describe it. And it just went right. I've never done this another time in my entire life. It went in my mouth, went right back onto the plate. Just spit it right out. Like, and she just stared at me like, "What are you doing?" And I go, "What is this?" And she just looks at me. She goes, "It's spaghetti." I go, "You know what I'm talking about." I was like, "What is in this?" I was like, "I know this is not just regular ass meat. What is it?" And she finally like confessed it was ostrich meat. I was like, Why would you feed me an ostrich and not tell me? You gotta fucking tell somebody they're gonna eat an ostrich, okay? You just have to do that. Alright? And besides, ostriches are really cool. Fuck you. Why would you do that? Don't do that. But anyway, yeah, so I've had it, and it's, goddamn, it's awful. It could be a case of, like, it could be good under the right circumstances. I don't know. Like, I've heard that, you know, different types of meat, you have to have somebody that knows what the hell they're doing. It's a certain thing. You know, anyway. She could barely drive, so, you know, preparing ostrich, probably not a good idea. All right.
I rarely cook, but sometimes I'll buy some ground beef, and I'll make teriyakos, which is just a portmanteau of teriyaki and tacos. And put like Asian sauces and spices on the meat while it cooks.
Right.
And then you just wrap it up in a tortilla, and it's damn good. It is damn good.
That's a good idea. I've never really thought to do that.
Yeah, I could open up a restaurant and just call it teriyakos.
How the fuck did you stumble upon that though? Like, did you just have all the shit one day and just decide you were
exactly. That's how all of my brilliant recipes are born. It's just whatever kind of.
Wow.
Well, I have this food and I have this condiment, so let's get to work.
Wow. Okay. Interesting. All right. So the bird, like, essentially just rejected me, and I didn't even give it any sort of proposition. It just said no and flew away. So apparently, I have a reputation already.
When I was younger, like every week, I had a new idea for a restaurant.
Oh, really?
Like every week, I'd be like, man. They should have a thing like they could call it Pizza Burger, and it would be like hamburgers, but you'd put toppings on it like a pizza. So you'd have like a hamburger with mozzarella, pepperoni,
I think every kid has that idea of like combining foods, which it's great that we like fucking live like in an environment where we have so much food. We just think of ways to like smash them all together and make them into one other food item. It's just really funny. But what's fucked up is we do that now. Like, we flavor other types of food like other food, which is confusing as fuck to me, right? Like the whole bacon ice cream thing.
What?
Don't do that. Yeah, dude, there was like a bacon flavored ice cream dessert somewhere. Somebody did. And it didn't last because it was probably it probably wasn't bad per se, but it was like confusing as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, why am I eating cold bacon in the form of ice cream? Like, what is this? Like, that would fuck your head up a little bit. But, you know, there's all the potato chips that taste like food, right? Like, I understood barbecue. I understand sour cream, and I understand all that kind of shit. But, like, spicy chicken wing. No, dude, this is a fucking potato chip. You can't make it. And then you bite into it and you're like, holy shit, this does taste like shit.
Have you ever had what's called a fool's gold sandwich?
I don't think so. What is it?
It was Elvis's favorite sandwich.
Okay.
It's peanut butter, jelly, and bacon.
No. I've never had that.
It's good in a weird way. Like, it's got to be an acquired taste.
It sounds
it's kind of like
it
what you're
could be
talking
good.
about. It's like you like everything in it, but you like, even as you're eating it, you can't decide whether they go well together.
Right. It sounds like it has potential though. Like, I didn't instantly go gross. Right?
Yeah.
It sounds like it could work. Yeah. I used to know a guy. No shit. I used to work with this dude who, it made me fucking physically sick. Like, he would eat Reese's peanut butter cups and put mustard on them. Like, he would take these mustard packets from the break room at work, and he would buy, like, on his way into work, he would stop at like a gas station and get Reese's cups, and he would just sit there during the fucking day. Like, when it was breakfast time. Like, I used to get to work at like 5 a.m. or some shit. So like 9:30 would roll around, we'd want to start eating something or whatever, like for breakfast, and like this motherfucker would just bust out the Reese's cups and just start casually spreading mustard on top of them. And the first day I worked with him, I go, what in the fuck are you doing to that Reese cup? Like, I was angry at him. And he goes, huh? Oh, yeah, this is my thing, man. I do this all the time. It's really good. You should try it. I said, never will I try that. That's what you're in. He said, you're closed-minded. I said, yes, I know. That's fucked up what you're doing right there. You are fucking, that's blasphemy, dude. That is mean. You're being mean to your food and to yourself. Have a little respect. And he just laughed and continued to do it. Dave, I did it a couple times, like, ugh, you smell chocolate and mustard in the air. It just doesn't make sense in your head. So like, it just fucks with you. You don't know what to do.
I knew a guy that whenever he had McDonald's, he would get he would get burgers and then dip them in a chocolate milkshake.
Okay. That's holy shit. That's like overkill, but it doesn't sound like it's a terribly bad idea.
Yeah, I should try it sometime.
Well, then, like the other thing. What's the other thing? Oh, yeah, I had a friend back in high school who used to take mayonnaise and ketchup and mix them together. Which the first time he did it, I thought, that's pretty gross, dude. Why are you doing that? Like he had this whole process. We'd sit down for lunch, and he'd take out these little paper cups, and he would like take the ketchup cup, and he'd take a mayonnaise packet, and he would spray it into the cup, and he'd take like the back end of his plastic spoon or fork and just start stirring it up real fast until it was like all this orangish, like light red colored thing, and then he'd dip his fries in it. I was like, dude, this is fucking gross. He goes, it's good. You gotta try it. This is before I realized that a lot of people eat mayonnaise on french fries. Never knew that at that particular time. But I tried it. It's really not that fucking bad. Like, I thought it was kind of good. But yeah, it used to freak me out. I was like, he had a whole process for it. Like, the shit people do with their food is just funny. Sometimes it's like, because you always wonder whenever I see somebody do something like put mustard in a Reese cup. Like, I think about the first time they did it. Like, what the fuck was going on the day that you decided to start eating chocolate with mustard on it, right? Like, I know you didn't just think of mustard and then chocolate and go, those two things are meant to be together. Like, were you eating a sandwich that fell onto your chocolate somehow? And like, so then you decided, and you just picked it up and ate it anyway and just thought, well, this is going to change my life.
Hey, have you ever eaten at a Wiener Schnitzel's?
No, I haven't.
Oh,
actually.
dude, if you're ever on the West Coast, eat at the Wiener Schnitzel's every meal and get chili. Get their chili. Their chili is amazing.
Right.
We were trying to like duplicate the recipe.
Yeah.
And we decided that it's likely that their secret ingredient is actually cinnamon.
Okay.
You make like a beanless meat chili and put a little bit of cinnamon in it.
Okay.
And it tastes absolutely fucking phenomenal.
No
as long
shit.
As you don't overdo it.
Right. Yeah. Sounds like you could run it. Also, but yeah, I mean, I've never even thought to do that. That's pretty cool. What I mean, does it taste like their chili though? Did you think?
Yeah,
you guys...
really close.
Oh, okay.
Really close to theirs.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So Mullet has been watching a bird fly away, thinking about food. Oh, the whole reason I started the goddamn food rant was because I was watching the things, and I said, well, someone in a Final Fantasy game should sell chocobo meat, and they could call the restaurant Choke Filet.
Choke Filet. That's not too shabby. Makes you sound like you're gonna die if you eat there, but still.
Oh, that's the other thing. You see the thing about Jared at Subway being arrested or taken into custody? I don't know, questioning or arrested. I don't know what the status is, but the police were talking to him about some child pornography, right? And I just thought, man, I haven't had Subway in a while. This is some inadvertent part. So I've been eating at Subway for and then I actually got stuff to make my own, bacon and turkey sandwiches at home, and then I'd still eat at Subway. And I thought, man, this is damn effective marketing. If whatever else is going on, whatever details might come out.
That's fucking epic. If fucking Jared might have raped a kid, I'm in the mood for a sandwich. I would have had to tell that to the sandwich artist. Hey, listen, what's this about Jared raping kids? Anyway, it put me in the mood for a sub, so I'll have the hot steak and cheese on white, please. It's like, what the fuck, dude?
Oh boy! But the thing is, I would advise. Look, I mean, it's not Subway's fault that their spokesman got in trouble. So I hope that their business doesn't take a hit. Although I wouldn't blame people for staying away from the restaurant just for a few weeks, because you remember that little dust up with Chick-fil-A. It was supporting these these organizations that had these anti-gay marriage messages.
Right.
And then once that controversy blew up, you had all these people just packing those Chick-fil-A restaurants, and including a lot of conservative Christians who were and just gay marriage opponents who were like, we gotta support Chick-fil-A, so they would all eat there. So for the a couple of weeks afterwards, if you went to a Chick-fil-A, it would be like, a Westboro Baptist Bible study with all these right-wing Christians just saying, well, you have to buy chicken in solidarity